Back here on CBS Sports HQ, it's a massive night in college hoops. We got the ACC SEC Challenge. We got Tennessee, Syracuse, the defending champion Florida Gators going to Cameron Indoor with a very tough task in facing the number 4 team in the country in Duke. UNC and Kentucky, that is always a good one when those teams match up. UConn and Kansas, the big news here, Darren Peterson is out for Kansas. Dan Hurley on the flip side in UConn looking to make some history, trying to beat Kansas for the first time in program history. So let's talk about it. Let's welcome in our college basketball analyst, Matt Norlander here. Matt, we're going to kick things off with the big news of the day out of college hoops. Darren Peterson, he is out. He has missed the past 6 games because of a hamstring injury, not playing tonight against UConn. So what is this Jayhawks team going to look like against UConn without Darren Peterson out there?
Well, it will look like the team we've seen for the past couple of weeks, Jacqueline, and that is a good team without, by far, its best player. But nonetheless, Kansas has been able to get some key wins. I saw them up close and personal, not just at the Champions Classic 2 weeks ago, but also at Players Era last week in Vegas, where Kansas went 3-0, including a very crucial win for its resume without Peterson available in beating Tennessee. So you're going to have Melvin Council, Trey White are the big names to know. You see Peterson's stats there. Him not playing is just a dagger. I'll get to that in just a quick second here. But as for tonight, Flory Badunga, keep an eye on him. He's the sophomore big. He's putting up some of the best numbers for any big man in the country this season. Melvin Council Jr. is a senior wing. He's got to play well. And then Trey White's another name to know. Those are kind of the 3 biggest players. But we'll see if Elmarco Jackson, who showed out well in that game against Tennessee, can also come up big in this spot here, because UConn is a really good team. As for no Peterson, they are really taking as much precaution as possible. When I spoke to Bill Self 13 days ago, he was hopeful that Peterson would maybe be able to play at least once in Vegas at Players Era. That wound up not being the case. Now Peterson has even been able to practice and go through full practices, but quite clearly, they just don't think he is there just quite enough. Self released a statement shortly before we went live and said he is getting close, has been working his butt off. He's still day-to-day. And so now we wait and see if Kansas, its next game is against Missouri on Sunday, if Peterson will finally make his return there. On the other side with UConn, 6 premier high-profile non-con games for the Huskies. To this point, they've got the win over BYU, the home loss to Arizona, and then the win over the weekend against Illinois in the Garden. So this is now game 4. It's the only road non-con test for UConn overall. The other ones have been neutral sites, but they've been good, and they are healthy. Terrace Reed Jr. Made his return just a few days ago, and then Braylon Mullins, a highly talented freshman, made his season debut for the Huskies. So this game becomes much more doable for UConn, although obviously not a gimme by any means, by having to go to Kansas and not have to face potentially the number 1 pick on the other side in Peterson.
Tip is tonight at 9 Eastern. Let's get to Duke and Florida. You can say, I told you so, Norlander. You can say it. Florida's backcourt. They got some work to do. I will put it out there, and I was wrong. Maybe they'll get gelling, who knows? But also they have another problem in Cameron Boozer. Can they contain him, or how do they do it?
Yes, I think Florida is actually going to be capable, potentially. I'm not guaranteeing this. Let me be very clear, because Cameron Boozer has been the best player in college basketball through the first month of the season. He was just named the USBWA's Player of the Month. He's doing things that Cooper Flagg didn't do, that Zion Williamson didn't do. He already has 2 35-point games. There hasn't been a Duke freshman in 35 years. I believe Danny Ferry might have been the last one to do that in a Duke uniform as a freshman. So he's been outstanding. Now, Florida does have a legitimate big-time front court. And so because it's got the bigs up front, you wonder in this game, even though Duke has the home court advantage, is this the game where Duke's backcourt, Isaiah Evans, Caleb Foster, who's coming off a very nice game on CBS in the win in Chicago over Arkansas, will they step up? But quite clearly, for as much as you see with what Boozer has done, and a lot of the attention will be on him, yes, for Florida's guards, Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee, you got to go into hostile territory here and put up a big game against Duke, I think, to give Florida a chance to win. I actually like Florida's chances to keep this pretty competitive overall, and I do like Golden's a good coach. I think they can scheme up against Boozer. But if Boozer is going to be what he's been so far, and that's the best player in the country, then this is the kind of stage and the kind of spotlight game on a huge night for college hoops, where if he goes out again, Jacqueline, and he drops, let's not even put it over the top. Let's just say Boozer goes out for 22 points, 10 boards, 5 assists, and a pair of steals against Florida's front court, then he will have a pretty firm lead early on, just about the quarter pole for National Player of the Year.
Come on, Chinyelu. Come on, Tommy Houck. Alex Condon, he's going to be available, by the way. Obviously, I'm a Gator fan. Matt, we certainly appreciate it. Getting us pumped for a massive night in college hoops. You can hear Norlander alongside Gary Parrish on the Eye on College Basketball podcast. Watch right now. Scan that QR code on your screen.